We're gonna transition to hear about this space camp opportunity. But before we do that, because we're talking about this word pressure, I wanted to kind of just quickly explain, one of the types of pressure, because it's a force, right? Pressure is a force. We're talking about social pressure, pressure you might be feeling from school or work or friends, which is a very real pressure as well. And the concept is similar to force. So this is something that you can try at home. This is an activity we do in Steam the Block that talks about air pressure, right? So if you just have a card, a playing card, I have an Uno card here. And if you have a cup, as long as the cup is smaller than the card, you can do this exact same activity. Now, what I'm gonna try to do is see if I can get this card to balance on this cup without me holding it, okay? Upside down, okay? What do you think will happen if I turn this upside down? And I should mention, there's water in this cup, okay? You need the water that helps create that pressure. Now, what do you think will happen if I turn this upside down and release the card, right? Check that out. Ideally, logically, the water should fall. Gravity should push that water down, but what's happening, the pressure is actually holding it up, okay? The pressure from the air is actually forcing the card to be lifted up. And I want to point that out because this is the same way that airplanes are able to fly, okay? This is the same thing that we see. This big piece of metal is flying through the air because it's using that pressure, and that's something that we can do as well. You can always redirect your thoughts, redirect your actions. Any type of pressure that you're feeling, the most powerful thing that you can do is to channel that pressure and to use it to your advantage. Again, going back to the mindfulness moment, think about what are your goals? What am I really trying to accomplish? And in that way, you can use that pressure to your advantage. I just wanted to share that with you. That pressure is a force, but it's something that we can always redirect, okay? And make work for us. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it because I definitely want us to learn about this space camp opportunity. And if Ash isn't back on yet, I'm going to pass it to Brother Ephraim.
All right. Lamont, that was awesome. I think all the kids should pass that lesson on to some of their friends, their family, their parents, and just show them how smart they are. Because that make you look real smart. You know what's going to happen and they don't. So please share that lesson. Ashley's not with us, and so I'm going to take the torch and talk a little bit about space camp. We're getting ready to prepare to go to space camp. We just wrote a proposal to send 10 South African kids to Huntsville, Alabama. And I think I've seen about 10 hands. And so we want you to be in that number. Now, here's another opportunity for you to do some exercise. Raise your hand again if you want to go to space camp. All right. Raise your hand again if you would like to become an astronaut. It's too late for me, but I'm raising my hand for you. But it's an opportunity for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a campaign to prepare you to go to Huntsville, Alabama to participate in a space camp. Space camp is going to tell you everything about going to space, being an astronaut, all kind of historical information. So we've already written a proposal. We're going to have all the funds that it takes for you to fly. I'm talking about the South African kids, for you to fly to America and to learn all about space camp. You're going to have hotel, lodging, everything's going to be taken care of. Here's the second component for the American kids. We do events called Steam the Block. We're wanting to do Steam the Block in Alabama. So what we're striving to do is to have the South African kids and the American kids to meet at space camp in Huntsville, Alabama. Then once we do the 3 to 4 day space camp, we're going to take a trip to Montgomery, Alabama, where Martin Luther King did all of his work. So there's a museum there, and there's the church. There's so much that we're going to see, sort of like when we were in Cliptown or we were in Soweto. This will be an educational trip that's not only going to take you to space, but it's going to take you through a little bit of the sacrifices that Martin Luther King did for us to get the rights that we have here in America. We're still fighting, but we've come a long way, still have a long way to go. So in the next couple of weeks, every other week when we come to do the Zoom session, we're going to be talking about Space Camp. Those are some of the kids who are wearing astronaut uniforms, but we want 10 South African kids going to Space Camp, as well as the American kids, to meet them there, and we're going to steam the block in Alabama. Everybody, if you want to go, let me hear Yahoo!
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 That's not how Ashley says it. How does Ashley say it?
Wow.
Yahoo!
Ashley says, woo-ha!
Wow.
All right. All right. Thank you for your
We're supposed
time.
to ask our parents, right?
Oh, well, your parents, they want you to go. This is because what parent would want to have a child that's an astronaut? I know I'd love to have my child as an astronaut.